the Indiana Fever just made a major move in free agency. Hey, this one is major. Let's talk about it.
Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't want to miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.
All right, today news broke that the Indiana Fever has signed Natasha Howard, who played for the Dallas Wings, that was a free agent this year, and the three-time WNBA champion, defensive player of the year, and two-time All-Star has returned back to the Indiana Fever, who drafted her some years ago. Now, Natasha Howard, she is 33, but she is playing overseas right now. And she's actually doing well. I think she's putting up like 19 points a game overseas. But the one thing that the Indiana Fever spoke on in the offseason was what? Defense, stretching the floor, getting stops. And that's what Natasha Howard brings to this Indiana Fever: toughness, defense. Because when you had liability in your front court, now a lot of people say, you know, what Timmy Fanbilly had bring rebounding, toughness, but she likes scoring. Where Nalissa Smith is an okay scorer, but she lacks defense. Now you have a person that's a combination of both, that could get her own shot, that could stretch the floor, plus rebound and play defense. Now let's look at her stats from last year. All right, Natasha Howard, she was 17 points a game, almost 18 points a game, almost 7 rebounds a game, almost 3 assists a game, almost 2 steals a game. And she's 6'2", and she looks taller than she looked. And that's what the Indiana Fever need, production like that, constant production. If you think about it, remember last year when she played with Enrique, who was a ball-dominant person, then Satu joined the mix later in the second half of the season. Guess what happened? They were all scoring points. And then you think about this. If Natasha Howard could give you 15, 16, maybe close to 20 points through some games, that's going to help the load on Caitlin. That's going to help the load on Kelsey. And that's going to help the load on Aaliyah Boston. And guess what? Now that you got some people say, hey, I'm worried about, because Natasha Howard likes to play a little bit inside out. You know, she has the mid-range, but she can stretch the floor. We've seen it. We have seen it. And she can run the floor very well. That's the one thing I love about it, because we all know Caitlin wants to throw them long passes. She wants to get out and run. And if you got somebody that can run and finish under the rim, and that's so important right now, finishing under the rim, and where you could get, you think about it, if she throws an outlet pass and the defender catches up with her, she's got the moves to finish under the basket. She got the moves that could score inside. Nalissa Smith, she doesn't have that. I mean, she has it, but she doesn't utilize it in the right way. And she missed a lot of shots. She doesn't hustle, and a lot of different things. So Natasha Howard, and then she has that veteran presence. That's another thing that the Indiana Fever was looking for, veteran presence. And that's what they want. They want people to come in there. Now, Natasha Howard took and said this because why she chose to come back to Indiana. She said, I was looking for a team that will appreciate me and will bring and what I bring to the table and won't diminish my light. That's so important, because guess what? The Indiana Fever is not going to diminish her light. The Indiana Fever is going to actually, she's going to benefit playing with a Caitlin Clark. She's going to benefit playing with somebody that can seize the floor and get her easy looks. She don't have to. If you think about her time in Dallas with Enrique and Asatu, they didn't ever have a true point guard. So it was a lot of one-on-one situation. In this situation with her in Indiana, she don't have to worry about one-on-one play because Kelsey and Caitlin is going to take so much of the pressure off of her. She's going to be able to get easy looks. She's going to even get to the basket quicker. Her field goal percentage is going to go up. And then as she starts shooting outside from the three much better than she did last year, that's another plus to her game. Her percentage is going to rise. Look what Caitlin and Kelsey did for Lexi Hall last year when her percentage was rising. She was in the second half. She was one of the top 3-point shooters in stretch of games last year. So Caitlin had elevated. She's going to elevate everything. And then you think about this: when Aaliyah Boston is in the post, especially Boston is working on her passing a little bit, and you've seen a lot of that in the second half of the season last year. A person like Natasha Howard could cut to the basket quick, get that pass, lay up, transition. You're gonna see a lot of transition offense from this Indiana Fever. I love it. I respect it, and this is what. And then you got to think about it. Indiana don't even have to give up a draft pick for her. She was already a free agent, and she coming back. You're reuniting with Stephanie White back in Indiana. Stephanie White knows her game. She knows what she could get out of her, and it's going to be something beautiful. Now, mind you, I don't think the Indiana Fever is done yet. I don't think she's done yet, and and I do believe two names that I'm gonna put out here right now that could be signing with the Indiana Fever, and that is Ariel Powers, who's been active on X today, who I've been talking about. I have made videos about her, why she will be another great veteran presence for this Indiana Fever, especially you could get her to come off the bench, for Lexi Hall. She could shoot the three. She could play defense. She's fast. She's quick. She's gritty. She's tough. I have said all of these things in numerous of videos. And the other person is a Janelle Salone. If the Indiana Fever could lock down both of them, I think they could get both of them. I really think the Indiana Fever could get both of these players. If the Indiana Fever get both of these players, it's going to be a championship because now you have a roster that could really, really just think about this. If they get a Janelle Salone, and the thing about it, you could bring Janelle Salone in on a rookie deal. She's still young. She's 23. So you can bring her in on a rookie deal. Then you can bring in Ariel Powers. That still give you enough cap space to work with to probably add somebody else, another veteran like a Tina Charles or somebody. Just thinking. Then you look at it like this. Your starting line, it could be like this. Caitlin, Mitchell, Boston, Howard, and Salone. Who's messing with that? Who's messing with that starting five? Buckets all day. You can imagine all five of them starters in double figures every night, every other night. Who's messing with that? Nobody's messing with that. All right, before I get out of here, I'm about to show you two clips of Natasha Howard. One is on the offensive end, and the other one is the defensive end. Let's roll it.
They just have to be more consistent, especially on the defensive end.
And Natasha Howard having her way tonight. Knocking down her 44th from beyond the arc this season. 4 30-point games this season, and the Wings finally answered. We're back. Here comes Enrique. 5.5 to play in the first half. Beautiful pass from Enrique. Phoenix is going to call the timeout. Turns it over. Here comes Seth.
That was really great defense by Jarrett.
Howard counted. Flash has
your verticality, and you must have your hands up. Look at Natasha.
Sweet with 3 ease.
Get a three here, and now we got a ball game.
Howard launches. Splash!
Bam!
This year that he's favored in the NBA. Howard counted. Odyssey sins on the 2 points in the second half for DT. Kalani Brown takes the 15. Oh, Natasha Howard one-hands it. You can play the 2, 3, or 4 spot. Always plays aggressive. Oh, beautiful pass inside to Howard. Inside of 2:25 left in regulation. Enrique. Howard. Fakes. Got it again. Howard's got 36.
They just have to be more consistent, especially on the defensive end.
And Natasha Howard having her way tonight.
All right, so I thought I had the clip for the defensive part, but it was just a lot of block shots and stuff like that. But anyway, nevertheless, you see what she could do on the offensive end. Her defense is impeccable. You know what I'm saying? She could block shots. She could get up there. She could play good one-on-one. You see how she was running the floor right there? Just imagine all them passes Caitlin gonna be passing to her in an open break, making her life easier. That's the thing about it. She was doing this with Enrique and Satu. Imagine what she's going to be doing with Caitlin Clark, Mitchell, and Boston. She don't even have to work. She's going to have so much open looks and points. Like I said, her field goal percentage is going to skyrocket. And I think the Indiana Fever hit a home run with Natasha Howard. Now, I didn't speak much about Natasha Howard as a potential person coming to the Indiana Fever because everybody and myself, we were so fixated on the Satu Sabali. But this right here, I commend that. I mean, because Natasha Howard, she's a veteran. She's crafty. She knows the game inside and out. And that's something she could help Boston. That's something she could help Clark. That's something that she could help Mitchell, and be that other veteran presence on the floor. Yeah, we might miss Timmy for what Timmy did for the Fever, served this purpose. Don't know what the situation is going to be for Melissa Smith. It could be a whole different situation. But for Natasha Cloud, oh my God, I keep calling her Natasha Cloud. No, Natasha Howard to be that other main piece, that just put the Indiana Fever closer to contention. Also, Rebecca Lobo also tweeted out today that the Indiana Fever are one piece away from contending for a title. I think they're contenders, but contending for the championship this year. And that she brought up DeWanna Bonner. And now DeWanna Bonner and Caitlin Clark played together on the on All-Star team. You know what I'm saying? Now they had their little tiff, their little thing going on in the playoff, and that's playoff basketball. I'm not gonna look more into it. But I do suspect DeWanna Bonner to probably sign with Phoenix to be down there with AT. But if she decided to come to Indiana and play in Indiana, I think it's other options besides her. DeWanna Bonner is older. I think she's like 36. I ain't gonna lie now. She's a heck of a defensive wing, and she could hit the three. I think her job would be a little bit easier too if Caitlin was to get her. Not Caitlin, but the Fever get her. But we'll see. But like I said, the two names that I'm expecting next for the Indiana Fever is Janelle Salon and Ariel Powers. I think the Fever will be championship contenders if they land them two. I think them two will be the pieces that the Fever need. So let me know what you think about this. Great signing by the Indiana Fever for Natasha Howard. I'm looking to see some Showtime, Lakers style type of basketball for the Indiana Fever this year. And again, like, comment, subscribe. Until the next episode, Live Wild Sports, and I'm out.
Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't want to miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.